What is going on, Locks Mob, and welcome back to the Locks DFS NHL Breakdown. I'm your host, Narang, and I'll be breaking down this 5-game main slate for DraftKings and FanDuel on Monday, February 18th. Before I get into that, just a few procedural stuff I have to take care of first. First off, let's announce that winner of the giveaway. So, obviously, over the course of the week, I've been saying like and comment on this video if you want to be entered into winning a free season pass giveaway. Well, the winner of this week's giveaway is Frank Augusto. And this isn't just a week thing. I see Frank commenting on nearly every post that I have, every NHL video I've posted, even when NBA was going on and these videos don't get as many views. He was commenting on everything, watching everything, and commenting on Taylor's as well. So really active viewer, very active member. So Frank, go ahead and DM at Locks DFS, and you can have any season pass you want. NHL, NBA, sports betting, whatever. So take your pick, send that DM, and congratulations. For anyone who wants to be entered into next week's giveaway, all you got to do is like, comment, and make sure you're subscribed on our videos. And we always get notifications every time someone comments, so we keep track of the names that keep popping up. So just keep doing that, and you'll eventually win. So that was the first thing. Secondly, just recapping yesterday. Yesterday went really well. Cashed deep on FanDuel, and I got tons of screenshots from members on DraftKings who made their own really, really good teams using the cheat sheet, using the videos, using their own research. So it was really, really good. And so let's do it again today. And last thing, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so right here at ReallyAddy. This is where I do my Twitter stuff. So I appreciate any of you who care to follow me over there. So with that being said, let's get over onto this 5-game slate. It's a really good slate. It's got one just money game on it that we'll spend a lot of time talking about. So let's jump into it. Starting at the top, it's crazy for me to see Jonathan Toews priced higher than Nathan MacKinnon. I never thought I would see that, but I suppose the matchup might warrant it. One thing to note with Chicago and Ottawa, this matchup, if you look just based off of expected goals against per 60. These are the top two teams in the league, or bottom two teams in the league, I should say, in expected goals against per 60. They both allow 5v5 and 4v5 goals at an incredible amount. I mean, if we look at their penalty kills, Chicago dead last, Ottawa fifth from the bottom. They're just bad defensive teams. One thing I will note is I've been watching a ton of Ottawa because I really like the team as a young team. I've been watching a lot of them the past month or so. Since the start of January, these guys actually have like the 4th or 5th best penalty kill. So it's not actually as good of a spot for Chicago as it might seem. And you can see that via some of the reverse line movement that's coming in on Ottawa. If you see they got 30% of the bets on them at plus 153, yet they've moved from where they opened at to where they're at now at plus 132. That's some pretty sharp movement. And I suspect it might continue this way because Ottawa is actually the team I like more. They've been creating, I believe, their 4th or 5th in high danger chances for the past 5 games, or excuse me, since February 1st. I forgot that was the filter I used, but they've just been rolling. They've been a good team. They're young. They all shoot the puck a decent amount, and we've been riding them for a while. Brady, Tkachuk, Thomas Chabot. And we'll be doing so again. So with me seeing Jonathan Toews priced at 7.5K, I'm actually not too interested in that. I'm more interested in him on FanDuel, where he's not the second highest price center. He's more reasonably the 5th. Over here, I think I'd prefer Nathan MacKinnon. Vegas is a tough team to target. I mean, any team that puts up 50 shots on goal versus Nashville, as they did last game, it's a tough team to go after. But they are starting Malcolm Subban, who's not Marc-Andre Fleury in net, so that's a little bit better. And Colorado won at home is just, it's always been great until the past week or so, this recent skid that Colorado's been on. But I anticipate they'll snap out of it soon, and if they do, it's going to come on home ice. So I'd prefer MacKinnon here at 7.3K. A couple more guys I want to mention. William Karlsson continues to be free, or actually all of Vegas continues to be free. I don't know why DraftKings has their prices so low. I don't know why he's 4.8K, and yes, you should probably play him at 4.8K. But I'll talk about Vegas a little farther on. And then the last guy I wanted to talk about was Jeff Carter. He's been injured for a while. He returned, I believe, last game. He returned last game, skated 18.3 minutes, which is solid. Skated about 2.5 minutes on the power play. He's on the first unit power play, and he's paired with Tyler Toffoli at even strength. And the thing to note here is that LA just has one of the best matchups on the slate. Ottawa probably has the best matchup, but LA might have the second best. Washington, the third team from the bottom in expected goals against per 60, and they're on a back-to-back. They just gave up 5 goals to an Anaheim team that has been in an offensive rut to start the entire year, similar to this LA team. So if they could snap out of it, I think LA could as well. And I think getting some exposure to these Kings at cheap price points is a good move. And for me, that starts with Jeff Carter at center. Moving on to winger, it's a tough choice between Kane and Ovechkin. I won't lie about that. I think Kane is the guy I'm going to be going towards. I did speak about how Ottawa has been a bit better defensively, but they're still a young team that's prone to making quite a few mistakes. They gave up 2 shorthanded goals to Winnipeg, despite looking like they were dominating that entire game. They do have these mental lapses, and guys like Patrick Kane can certainly take advantage of that. He's probably the guy I'll pay up for. But Ovi's very close. And the reason that Ovi's close is because LA has a horrible penalty kill. Ovechkin on the power play is money. So if Washington gets, 3 or 4 penalties, I would be shocked if Ovechkin then scored power play goals. So can't go wrong with either one of these guys. Ovi is on a back-to-back, and he's getting 22 minutes last game. So I'll go with Kane, but you can't go wrong with either one of them. Scrolling down a little bit, Jonathan Marchessault, he's the next Vegas guy I'll talk about as he continues to be free like William Karlsson at 5.6K. Even on the road in Colorado, which is a somewhat tough matchup, Colorado has not been good for the past 10 days to 2 weeks. So getting exposure to him at 5.6 is almost like free because this guy's got an I Corsi for above like 18. Definitely a guy you want exposure to. Coming down a little farther on DraftKings, I wanted to talk about Dustin Brown skating on the wing with Anze Kopitar, one of the higher I Corsi 4 per 60 players on LA. I like when he's back on Kopitar's wing as opposed to Jeff Carter's wing, where they tried him out last game. I like him up with Kopi, and he's on this first team power play as well. So just a guy that's severely underpriced at 4.1K. And then on FanDuel, one guy I wanted to talk about, this is a preliminary team I was building, but let me get to Brady Tkachuk. This is a guy that I'd like to talk about because he is just way too cheap over here. 4.2K is just far too cheap on FanDuel. I mean, if you look on DraftKings, he's sitting at 4.9, which is a little bit more reasonable. But this guy's got the highest I Corsi 4 per 60 on Ottawa at above 16.7. I believe it's 16.73. Shooting the puck a ton, skating on the second line with skating on that second line with Colin White and Mark Stone, and on the first team power play. He's just an elite correlation player with all of the good Ottawa players. He's a guy that I'm locking in on FanDuel and on DraftKings. I'd probably have him listed as a little bit maybe of a GPP option. Actually, I take that back. He's a cash game option. He's a great play on both sides. Big fan of Brady Tkachuk. Moving on to defense. Obviously, Erik Karlsson returns, so that kind of takes Brent Burns away from being like this auto lock that we play every day to a sort of only a lock that we sometimes play in good matchups. This is not a good matchup versus Boston. Boston actually had a little bit of RLM going their way as well, as you can see, 41% of bets, but have moved from plus 136 to plus 127. They could score a few goals here because San Jose is prone to giving up a couple goals every game. I don't think I'm chasing after Burns and Karlsson. The guy I'd much rather play is Thomas Chabot at 5.7K and at 5.1K. Where is he at? 5.1 on FanDuel and 5.7 on DraftKings. As I talked about, one thing I haven't really mentioned on this is defenseman versus Chicago is one of the sort of free money things that we've been targeting, or that I've been targeting this entire season. I mean, it's sort of been like this Minnesota trend or Toronto trend of last year where they just allow a ton of shots to the blue line. A lot of them get through, and I think Chabot scores this game. That's what I feel. I mean, he's just an incredibly talented defender. Correlates on the first team power play. Has an I Corsi 4 per 60 of over 13, which makes him one of the highest offensive one of the highest I Corsi 4 per 60 defensemen available, which is sort of the main stat that you're targeting when you're looking at NHL. So big fan of him. We'll probably have him on 100% of my teams on both sites. Drew Doughty, 4.5K, also a really, really safe play. on DraftKings at this price point. I mean, he's a little priced up on FanDuel, but these minutes are absolutely absurd. But these are the minutes that Drew Doughty's played for the past his whole career. I mean, he consistently pushes 30 minutes. You can almost project him for a floor of 28 minutes. He played Washington 2 games ago in Washington, recorded an assist on 5 shots on goal, put up 5.5 fantasy points. You'll certainly take that at 4.5K. He's got another great matchup, LA. Also getting love from Vegas, slight RLM on them as well, with 30% of the bets on them. Yet their team total ticking up by 0.1 as well. So again, Washington is on a back-to-back, so they could be even sloppier defensively. I do think the Kings will score a couple goals here. And then the last guy, really, really cheap. I'm not going to talk too much about him, but Colin Miller at 3.5K. They're continuing to give him away for free. I don't know why. He did get bumped off the first-team power play, so he's on the second-team power play. But if I can pull it up for you real quick, Vegas is just elite. Both their power plays are amazing. As you can see, they have absolute studs on both power plays. So it's not as big of a drop-off as you might expect. So he's going to skate 20 minutes. He shoots the puck, and he's cheap, and I love him at 3.5K. And he's really cheap on FanDuel as well. As far as goalie goes, I hardly talk about goalie. I think any of these guys, any of these teams that have some RLM on them, some reverse line movement, I think their goalies are safe or are good GPP options. That would be someone like the LA goalie, who I believe is Jack Campbell, if he gets confirmed. Maybe Semyon Varlamov, someone like that. Maybe the Ottawa goalie, Anders Nielsen. They make GPP goalies, so I won't talk too much. Just correlate it with your team so that if your team does well, your goalie hopefully gets the win. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Again, if you do want to be entered into winning a free season pass of your choice. I hope you guys win a ton of money tonight, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.